Hey everyone, it's Matt from Greatness Everyday, and in this video I want to share with you 3 things that I believe limiting beliefs do to us. And this is a video topic that was really inspired by you, people that watch us here on YouTube, people that follow us on our other platforms, and the conversations that I've had with you in the past few weeks, because I'm seeing that a lot of the time the same ideas are coming up over and over again. And for me, the conversations that I've had with a lot of people have really kind of shown to me that they say, hey, I want to go do something during this time, or I want to build an online business right now, and that but is an excuse. But from that, afterwards comes the limiting belief. So what we're going to do in order to move past those things in this video, I'm going to tell you, number 1, what a limiting belief is, and number 2, ultimately telling you how it affects you, and really kind of the next step would be obviously overcoming it. So let's get started by talking about what a limiting belief actually is. And the answer is quite simple. A limiting belief is a thought that you have. It's something that you think is true. It's something that you believe that inhibits you, that slows you down, that blocks you, or stops you altogether from accomplishing a task or a goal that you have. And limiting beliefs come in all shapes and sizes. They can be related to personal development or your mindset, your health, your relationship with money, your relationships in general. You can have limiting beliefs of any different type, and no one's immune to them. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, how much money you have, everyone's going to have limiting beliefs. And there's times in my life when I have had some big limiting beliefs that I didn't even know existed, but they were big. They were ones that I really felt like I wasn't going to be able to overcome. And at times there were a lot of them. But what we want to do is really bring that down so you have very few limiting beliefs. And when you do, you can understand what they are. And then once you understand, you can move past them and overcome them. And the limiting beliefs in our lives are really created by many different things. And things like past experience play a huge role into our limiting beliefs. And I can think of the example of someone that has the goal of running a marathon. And I choose that example because number 1, I love running, and number 2, a lot of people don't. In fact, when I jumped on Instagram and did an Instagram live about this topic, a friend of mine commented in below, I've had limiting beliefs with running for years, and she didn't even know that I was going to be talking about this example. So that was great to see. But with running and limiting beliefs, there are plenty of them surrounding running. And if you want your goal to be to run a marathon as an example, right? The past experiences that you've had running or related to running could shape how you view that goal and whether or not it's feasible, something you're going to achieve in the present. For example, let's just say when you were in middle school, you had a teacher that made you run in gym class, and he would just always yell at you all the time. And that's something that has shaped and formed your limiting belief right now. Or maybe you've gone ahead and you ran a 5K, you completed that 5K, but it was really, really hard, right? How can you do a 5-kilometer race that's very, very short in comparison to the whole marathon, and that 5K race be really hard for you? So how could you possibly do one that is significantly longer? Or maybe you actually went and you entered into an actual marathon race, but you didn't finish the race for whatever reason. Those are all examples of potential limiting beliefs based on your past experiences. I also think that culture plays a role in our limiting beliefs, because who we are, where we come from, who our family is, what social status that we kind of involve, right? All of these things can go into affecting who we are and what we believe to be right and wrong and acceptable and not acceptable. And culture is a big one. I can think of the example for many Canadians growing up. A lot of Canadians wanted to go ahead and play professional hockey. They wanted to grow up and play in the NHL. And for me and my friends, as an example, culturally or where we live, that could be a limiting belief on us being able to achieve that goal or not. Because let's say, for example, that was our goal. Let's say as well, nobody from our hometown had ever gone on to play in the NHL. So that could be a limiting belief that shapes our reality. And these things and many others all kind of weave together into the stories that we tell ourselves, whether we can accomplish something or we can't. So let's talk now about the 3 things that limiting beliefs do to us. Number one is I believe our limiting beliefs devalue us. They go ahead and say, hey, before you even think about accomplishing that goal, whatever your goal is, I just want you to know that you're not good enough. So don't go ahead, waste your time, don't go ahead, waste your money, don't go ahead and waste your energy, because even before you start, you're not going to succeed. And by doing this, our limiting beliefs put us down, and when we're down, we don't feel worthy. And when we don't feel worthy, what happens then is we really just don't feel like we deserve what we want to achieve. And the second thing limiting beliefs do to us is they reinforce themselves. And what that means essentially is once we have that limiting belief that we can't do something, for example, I want to start an online business, but I don't have enough money, they continuously reinforce themselves in our conscious and our subconscious lives as we go through and say, hey, I want to start an online business, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money, so that means I can't live the life that I want to live. I won't have the freedom or the ability to travel, or I won't have the monetary benefit of that. So the third thing that limiting beliefs do to us is they really prevent the change or the breakthrough from happening that we want to occur. And now that we know, number one, what a limiting belief is, and number two, how they affect us from really going ahead and devaluing us, from really reiterating and reinforcing it, and then number three, preventing that change from happening, it can be really hard to get out of those things. So definitely stay tuned for another video. Click the thumbs up button if this video helped. Let me know down in the comments below. Also subscribe to our channel to stay tuned when that video comes out, and you can find us on our website at www.gr8nesseveryday.com. Really appreciate you being here today. Remember, choose greatness every day, and I'll see you in the next video.